guys and girls, it's Blackjack with 396 guitars. We have the 50s reissue Les Paul Standard, gold top, beautiful little guitar. Today we're going to do the setup on it and give it back to the customer. Let's get to work. And if you dig what I'm doing, like and subscribe. Come on, camera, focus. There we go. Beautiful. This is part two. Neck's too straight. Pickups are way too close. String action is slammed all the way down. It's just an absolutely beautiful guitar, but as we know from the factory, guitars do not come set up. They never do. They send them loose, and the strings were loose. But the neck is way too straight for my liking. I know it needs a little bit of relief, and they usually will send them, and this is for anybody. When you're shipping your guitar across, the country, if you're on the road, in a band, if you're shipping your instrument, if you're just flying somewhere, straighten your neck, loosen your strings, and straighten your neck, and then set it up when you get to your destination. That is common sense stuff, and it's standard operating procedure. I am going to just put maybe a quarter of a turn on the truss rod, and then we're gonna tune it to pitch. This is from yesterday. When we checked it, it was bone straight, not backbone, but bone straight, too straight. Geez, am I going to have to go get a different tool for this? Why? You should go right on there. It's not going to want to stand by. Let me get a different tool. I have all the wrenches for all different guitars, but I thought I would use the get tool that comes with the instrument and make sure that it works right. And let's see why that won't go on there. They give you a get tool that won't fit. You gotta be kidding me. Yeah. The get tool they give you doesn't fit the truss rod. Oh, my head. I have a feeling I know what size that is. I'm gonna try something. Of course, it's nondescript. It doesn't even say. So they literally put the wrong tool on there. I can tell it's too small. It's too small. And that one. Yeah. It literally is a different size than what they give you. Oh my God, that's a new one. That is a new one on me. I can see that it won't fit no matter how you try. Wow. Yeah. It's supposed to be an 8 or 5/16. 9 hits it. So it is bigger. I'm going to have to go get my other toolkit. Stand by. Sorry about this, folks. This should be basic. That is an epic fail on Gibson's part. Epic fail on Gibson. That may be the right size, but it won't fit in the pocket. It is 5/16, but it took some negotiating to get it in there. I opened it up slightly, and yeah, it doesn't fit in there good at all. So I gave it a quarter of a turn. We're going to have to live with that. Epic fail. No matter how you do it, it won't go past. It will not get on there. So I think that's the wrong size. I'm going to measure it before I get it back to the customer. And yeah, it's got just the slightest little bit of relief in it now. And if we measure it from yesterday, that should confirm. I don't think it needs a lot. Yeah, see, yesterday the feeler gauge was sticking in there hard and fast. I'm going to leave it there. It's a little tighter than I would normally leave it, but I'm going to leave it there for now. And let's tune it back up to pitch, and I want to check the first nut action, make sure we're not going to have any buzzing first fret problems. I would be surprised if we did, but after that little fail with the wrench that they give you, wow. Yep, everything went a little bit flat from that turn on the truss rod. And I mean a little, it just went flat slightly. Perfect. I like that. Pitch tension, shouldn't have changed it that much. It wasn't that far off. I like that. I think we're going to roll with that, and I think it's going to be good for this instrument because it was really put together nicely. Just for giggles, that's 20 thousandths. They got them set at 18 thousandths. Barely touching. The D is lower than the E and A. But we're not getting any buzzing. And I would be surprised if we did. So first fret action is good. Neck relief is good. We know that we have, I'm pretty certain from the first video, E, A, and D, the intonation was off slightly. We're going to recheck that. Flat. That's negotiable. So I'm going to say that the intonation being off in the E, A, and D had something to do with the neck relief. I put a little neck relief in, and it's not bad now. I'm going to live with that. They usually get that right, and it is. It's acceptable all the way across. It's not even a measurable amount of intonation. It wouldn't require any adjustment. Well, notice I point here, and Gibson sends a brand new guitar from the factory with the adjustments on this side. They belong over here where you can get at them. Over here, the pickup is in the way. But I digress. That debate will rage forever and ever on the internet. So let's check our string height and get that set where it needs to be, and we should be done with this setup. And just that quickly, we're right at 4. Am I in the movie? Get out here a little bit more. And just that quickly, we've set this guitar up. Okay, so the high E needs to come up. It does have, let's see if it will easily allow me to turn it. Probably not, because there's tension. And I want to bring up. It does have hex in there. Don't ask me what size they are. We're going to learn right now. That's way too big. It is 5/64. Quarter of a turn, quarter of a turn, and measure. Just a skosh over 4. That one needs to come up. Right at 4. I'm going to live with just a skosh over 4 because I think this guitar is so well built that we're not going to get any buzzing issues. We checked all the frets. I'm going to keep the action low and tight because this guitar will support that adjustment. So we raised it up. We went sharp. Let's get her tuned back up. I think this girl's ready to go on tour. Oddball thing today. We have this one on my bench, and at the undisclosed location where I sublet out for a couple of days a week part-time, somebody brought up the same exact guitar, identical, but not nearly as nice. The paint job and finish on it was not nearly as nice, and the price point reflected it, and he was complaining of buzzing frets. And when I checked it, yep, the neck was actually in a little bit of a back bow. So I don't know what you can take from that, what you want. This one came bone straight, straight as an arrow when it came in. And it was not buzzing, and the action was at 3/64 to under 3/64 bass to treble side, and it wasn't buzzing anywhere. Now, that action's way too low to play an instrument. So we made that minor adjustment, and I'm telling you, it was a minor adjustment. This one was put together well. Really well. The last thing I want to do, I don't think I did this the other day. Oh yeah, they're way too close. That one's about right. Not crazy about the adjustment style on these P90s, but they're not real accurate. Let's get it down to where it's palatable. Wow. Too tight. I'm a stickler for pickup height. Beautiful. Beautiful. I like that. I like that. This one's a little tight. See, you screw it and the spring moves underneath and the whole pickup moves. The whole pickup cover. So you got to keep tinkering with it until you get it exactly where you want it. Beautiful. I'm going to roll with that. Let us clean up our mess here a little bit and see if we can't make this girl sing. I think it's going to play well. Really well. Stand by. I got to clear some of this off and then we're going to plug it in and play. Oh, forgot one last thing. Because we raised our string action, and I mentioned this in the last video, it might affect our brake angle from the stop bar over the bridge assembly, the saddles. Basically, you're trying to make sure that the string clears the back of the bridge. And as long as you can slide a paper in there easily, you're good. Now, when you get over here, it's really tight. Like, I'm going to bring that one up slightly. And what I want to do is, a piece of paper will work. I don't want to put a screwdriver on his brand new screw. Should only take a quarter of a turn. That's perfect. As long as the string isn't catching on the back of the bridge, you're good. That will bind, and it can cause the high E, or any string for that matter. Usually it's the low E or the high E. As they get in the middle, they tend to dip. I don't know why, but they do. So that was that. And let's put our truss rod cover back on. I'm excited about this guitar. I'm excited to tell my customer that if he doesn't keep this guitar, I'm going to slap him. I'm going to slap him and beat him severely about the head and shoulders. Because this one is a beauty. Now, I've told him that about a couple of his guitars. Middle of the road price point, but well-built instruments that he has run through my shop. Really good customer. He wanted one really high-end guitar. Now, this isn't what I would consider a high-end guitar, but let's face it, the price point kind of makes it that, because $3,500 is a lot of money. But the build quality and the playability and the mechanics of the guitar support that price point. Would I ever pay that much for a guitar? Not in a million years. I could build a guitar, a bass guitar anyway, even a guitar. I could build one probably for way less money than that, and it would scream and howl just like this one. Don't know if the build quality could be quite as good. Let's face it, Gibson's been doing it for a long, long time. And sometimes they get it right, and sometimes they don't. Truss rod nut. Can't use the git tool that they sent with the guitar. Right? I'm going to have to chastise. I mean, what are you inspecting when you send these guitars out? Wouldn't you inspect that? Somebody straightened the neck before they shipped it. I digress. Let's see if we can't make it make some noise. See if it's still in tune. Are we in the vid? Yeah, I think enough. I like it a lot. Remember, I'm not a guitar player. I like it. So that concludes today's exercise. I'm not going to bore you with my horrible guitar skills. If I was playing bass, it would be a little bit different. I can play bass much better and have most of my life. We're going to call that an absolute success. I can't wait to call my customer. I'm going to buzz him right now after we're finished and let him know if he doesn't keep this guitar, I'm not going to be happy, because I want to see him keep this guitar and have it be the number one instrument in his stable. He has several guitars, you know, who doesn't? But we're going to call that a success. Beautiful instrument. Thanks for playing along. Thank you so much for all your support, your comments, and your subscriptions. You guys that are liking and subscribing, I really do appreciate it. Thank you so much. We'll talk soon.